Hello everyone, I'm François Roux, Assistant Professor at ONSET, and my talk of today for this webinar organized in the BioArth project is about PVDF-based textiles for smart applications. Just few words concerning ONSET and GEMTEX. The GEMTEX Research Laboratory belongs to ONSET, French Grande École, which is one of the leading textile schools in Europe. More than 120 students at master level in France are graduated each year. GEMTEX research activities are organized around 3 research topics in strong interaction between each other. Among them, we can find the MTP research group, which work on the development of multifunctional textile structures. The context of the development of PVDF-based textile structures is linked to the development of smart textiles and its economic interest. This market should reach $1.5 billion this year. Smart textiles are textiles able of interacting with their environment. Among these smart textiles, some of them integrate electronic components that require energy. These smart textiles find application in various fields such as sports, well-being, health, personal protection, fashion, building, or automotive and transports. Smart textiles are developed to provide new functionalities. These textiles can monitor different signals, they can heat, communicate, or emit light. To achieve this, these textiles must be supplied with electrical energy. Today, energy is a major challenge at all levels, which must take into account a number of issues including the impact on the environment. When it comes to the mass supply of energy, for example to supply an industry or a city, there are alternative solutions to take environmental aspects into account. To power mobile electronic systems, batteries are currently used in the majority of cases. Traditional batteries can be replaced by thin or flexible batteries, but their use still leads to several problems. In particular, they have an impact on the environment and on the design or the use of the objects to which they are associated. One of the ideas to solve this problem of energy is to develop self-powered systems based on alternative energy sources. So, the development of energy harvesters appears to be an attractive solution to increase the autonomy of electronic wearables. A typical energy harvesting unit is usually composed of 3 parts: an energy harvester, a power management unit, and a storage unit. The first important part of this energy harvesting unit is the energy harvester. Its role is to convert ambient energy into electrical energy. This concept of energy harvesting could also facilitate maintenance and limit costs and environmental impacts. Energy harvesters can be integrated into textiles in various ways. Yesterday, classical rigid components were simply added on the structures, as you can see at the left of this figure. Today, flexible components are stacked to textile which only serves as a support. This is, for example, the case of the implementation of photovoltaic flexible panel on the pictures of the middle. The future objective is that the textile becomes the energy harvester. The energy to power wearables devices through electrical conversion can come from the environment, from human activities, but also from the body. This is particularly interesting in the case of the development of smart textiles. Electromechanical conversion based on piezoelectric phenomena is then one possibility to consider among all other effects and sources. In electromechanical conversion, we consider the direct piezoelectric effect. Electrical charges are generated when a piezoelectric material is subjected to mechanical stress. Some ceramics have high piezoelectric coefficients, and some of them exist in the form of fibers. Unfortunately, they are brittle and therefore difficult to integrate into textiles. In textiles, some studies have been carried out and others are still in progress to obtain piezoelectric textile structure. These studies cover all scales from nanofibers to fabrics. The studies on energy harvesting from the piezoelectric effect began at Gemtex laboratory with a self-financed project to discover the PVDF. The Tenerife project then enabled us to address the first problems in generating a piezoelectric crystalline phase during the melt spinning process. The Autonotex project aimed to launch the first connected and energy autonomous textile on the market. Studies on PVDF are currently continuing with a PhD thesis on electrospinning. We started our research on the development of piezoelectric textile harvester with two approaches. We have chosen a first macroscopic approach where the issues are the optimization of the yarn, the choice of the textile structure, and the implementation of the electrodes. We have also studied a second microscopic approach. The aim is to produce a three-component fiber with a piezoelectric core surrounded by two conductive layers. These two approaches carried out under the Autonotex and Tenerife programs aim to maximize the piezoelectric character. Before starting our work, we selected the piezoelectric polymer. There are several of them. We can mention, for example, polyamide 11, PLA, but also PVDF and its copolymers. Among copolymers, polyvinylidene fluoride trifluoroethylene is interesting because it crystallizes directly in piezoelectric form. Its major disadvantages are its price and the quantities available, which make it difficult to use for mass market applications. PVDF is available in larger quantities and at lower price. However, it has different crystalline forms and not all of them are piezoelectric. PVDF must therefore be mainly converted to its beta form to reach the maximum piezoelectric conversion. There are several strategies for changing the crystal structure of PVDF. For example, nanofibers can be added to promote the formation of the beta phase. It is also possible to influence the crystalline phase conversion by adjusting the process parameters during the melt spinning. The drawing ratio is therefore an essential parameter to consider. In the Tenerife project, we have notably studied the influence of the addition of clays and its different elements by trying to dissociate the impact of the inorganic part and the organic modifier. The main conclusions are that the organic modifier can be interesting for low drawing ratio. However, a too high content of nanoclay limits the drawing ratio, which is the principal factor to reach high beta phase content. In the Autonotex project, we again studied the optimization of the beta phase content of our filaments by adjusting the conditions of the melt spinning process. To achieve this, we carried out online monitoring of the crystal structure using Raman spectroscopy. This allowed us to select the process parameters more precisely. Nevertheless, one of the main issues remains. I mean the pooling of the filaments. In terms of the microscopic approach, we have carried out various studies using a three-component melt spinning pilot. We have studied different polymers to obtain the electrodes around the PVDF core layer. The major problem remains the adhesion between the different layers, which limits the transfer of stresses. This has the effect of limiting the drawing ratio and also the beta phase content of the PVDF layer. The addition of conductive fillers also has an impact on the process and final properties. For the macroscopic approach, we use 100% PVDF filaments with an optimized beta phase content. We worked on the choice of the textile structure to be able to solicit the maximum of filaments during mechanical stress. Our objective is to harness the maximum of electrical charges. Before testing our structures, we carried out polarization tests on these textile structures. Unfortunately, the porosity of these woven or knitted fabrics cause electrical breakdown, and the theoretical electrical fields cannot be reached for the pooling. The characterization of the piezoelectric effect of textile structures is also a problem to be considered. Indeed, the usual tools, such as piezometer, are not suitable. We have therefore set up a protocol using a DMA coupled to a voltmeter to record the output voltage when our various textile structures are stressed. We conclude that polarization is necessary to optimize the response. The 3D interlock woven structures is 10 times better in terms of voltage than the plane weave. The energy estimated is low, with a value around 1 microwatt per square meter, but this could be improved. To conclude this presentation, we can say that PVDF-based textile structure represent an interest in various fields in smart textiles, for example for energy harvester or alternatively as a sensor. It is still possible to optimize the beta phase content of PVDF fibers by modifying the condition of the spinning process. Concerning the three-component filaments, this is an interesting architecture, but there is still a lot of work to perform. For example, there is still some difficulties to ensure the adhesion of the different layers to guarantee sufficient stretching to obtain beta phase. It is also difficult to reach the electrodes due to the fineness of the filaments. So one solution could be to increase the fiber diameter, but it will be necessary to change the process. In consequence, maybe it could be interesting to add nucleating agents to promote the beta phase content due to the limiting drawing ratio which can be obtained with a new process. We succeed to produce a first demonstrator to validate our concept of PVDF textile harvester. To optimize the piezoelectric response of PVDF textile, the polling is one of the main issues to overcome. There is different alternatives. This polling could be made online or offline. In terms of perspectives, since textile is a complex material, it is necessary that piezoelectric textile structures become multifunctional and reach all the usual requirements. I would like to thank all of you for your attention. I would also like to thank the colleagues and partners who have participated in all these exciting studies. Finally, I would like to thank the members of BioArth project for the opportunity to participate in this webinar. Please feel free to ask questions.